Let us see few theorems based on group theory. The first theorem is the identity element of a group is always unique. It means a group can't have more than one identity. That is, identity element will be only a single element for a group. Either it is a group or it is a commutative, that is abelian group. In all cases, the identity element will be unique. Here we will prove this theorem by using contradiction. We are considering that G is a group under operation O. O may be any operation, it will be plus, minus, etc., or defined by user. Here G is a group, and we have assumed that there are two identities here. The first identity is E and the second identity is E dash. If it is possible, we are assuming this. If E be the identity, let us suppose this E is the identity, then this E dash is an element, because we have assumed that E and E dash, these two elements exist in G. G contains these two elements. The number of elements may be more, but these two elements will be necessary exist in G as it is our assumption. So if we are considering this E as an identity, then it will be considered as another element. So if we operate this identity on E, then we will get E dash, because E is an identity, and we know that if we operate identity on an element, then the output will be the same element. It means the element will not be changed after operating identity on it. So we will get E dash. Here we can apply left operation or right operation. We can operate this identity from left side, or we can operate this identity from right side. So this is our equation number first. Again, in second case, let E dash is an identity. Now we are considering that E dash is an identity. In this case, we will consider this E as an ordinary element. So if we operate this E dash on E, then if we operate this E on E dash, because here E dash is an identity, so after applying this identity on E, we get the result E. So here we have two cases. First is this. There are two situations, and for these two equations, the left hand side is equal. So we can say that E dash equal to E. It means these elements are not distinct, they are same element. It means E dash and E, these are not distinct element. Hence we can say that the group has a unique identity. I advise to a student, when you are proving this theorem, then also prove this theorem by using right hand operation. In first case, as you have considered that E is an identity, then also show that E dash on operating E dash on E on E dash, then you will get E dash, because you are considering that E is an identity. Again, for this case, also show the right hand side operation. Here we are considering that E dash is an identity, so operate E on identity, operate E dash on E from left side and get the result E. And now this is your equation number 4. Here please note that here E dash is appearing in last, but in these two relations E dash is appearing first. So I advise to prove both cases, left hand operation and right hand operation, and again compare these two equations. You will get E dash equal to E. So we can say that the identity element on a group is always unique. In the next theorem, we have to prove that the inverse of each element is unique. Please note that a group can have more than one inverse, but the element of an element of a group is always unique. So we will again prove this theorem by contradiction. Here we are taking that A is an element, A is an ordinary element, this is A, and this element A has two inverse. The first inverse, we have assumed that A inverse and A dash, these are two inverse. So when you are operating this A inverse on A, then you will get identity, because if you operate inverse of an element on that element, then you will get identity. And similarly, as you are considering that A dash is also an inverse of A, so in this case, if you are operating this A dash on A, then you will also get E, identity. So here we have written, if I operate A inverse on A either from left or either from right, in both cases you will get E. Again, if we consider that A dash is an inverse, so if you apply A dash from left or you apply A dash from right, you will again obtain E, because in our previous theorem we have proved that the identity element is always unique. So here we are taking first combination, A of A inverse equal to E. Let us suppose A of A inverse equal to E. I am taking this. Now my choice is, my wish is, I want to remove this A from here, because we want to find the value of inverse A inverse. Please student focus on this. Then you want to find the value of this A inverse. What is A inverse? So you want to calculate this A inverse explicitly. So you will apply A inverse here. You will apply A dash, because A dash is also an inverse. So here we are applying A dash from left to on both sides. So here in these two elements we will apply the associativity. You will merge A dash on A and A inverse. Similarly, this side will be remain as it. As A dash is also an inverse, so it will give an identity. So E of A inverse will be equal to A dash of E. As E is an identity, so if we operate this identity on any element either from left or either from right, you will get the same element. So if I apply this E on A inverse, then you will get A inverse, and if we apply identity E on A dash, then you will get A dash. So here we have also proven that A inverse and A dash, these are not two distinct elements, but these are same. Hence we can say that the inverse of every element in a group is unique. In this theorem, we will see the inverse. If the inverse of A is an element and its inverse is A inverse, then the inverse of this A inverse will be again A. Please understand it. Let I have an element A and I want to find its inverse, then its inverse I, if you find its inverse, then its inverse is A inverse. If you again want to find the inverse of this element, because this is again an element, if you want to find its inverse, then its inverse will be again A. So we have to prove that the inverse of A inverse equal to A. This is our task here. So in this, let A be the element of any group and E be the identity. Here we have considered that E is an identity, and the inverse of element A is A. We have taken this, we have assumed these two statements. First statement, E is an identity, and second statement is the inverse of A is A inverse. Now we will prove this path. As we have considered that A inverse is an inverse of A, so if we operate A inverse on A, then I will get identity E. It is obvious. Now we will introduce this part, inverse of A inverse. It means minus 1 power on A inverse. So you will apply this A inverse of A inverse from left. Here I will write this in left hand side as well as in right hand side. Here, because these A and E all are the elements of a group and group good hold associativity, so we will apply the associative property here. So you will club inverse of A inverse and A inverse separately, and you will leave this A inverse free. As E is an identity, so if we operate A inverse of, if we operate E on any element, then you will get that element. Now look at here, A inverse is an element and you are operating its inverse on A, so we know that if we operate an inverse of an element, then we will get identity. So obviously this composition will give you identity, and this A is here as it, and this is here as it. So if we operate this identity on any element A, then you will get that element A. So A is equal to A inverse of A inverse. Hence the inverse of A inverse is again A. So here the reversal law is true. It means if the inverse of this element A is A inverse, so the again in reversely the inverse of A inverse will be A. In this theorem, we will prove that this statement, that is, if you want to take inverse of the composition of two elements, then it will be equal to the composition of the inverse of these elements. It means A inverse and B inverse, the composition of the inverse of these elements, but in reverse order. Here the order will be reversed. So we will prove this, and student will remember that there is a logic to prove such type of problems. You wish to show that this relation, you want to prove that this relation, and the logic of this relation is you will set this part in right hand side. So I will try to calculate A of B on operate on B inverse of A inverse. I will find the value of this. Okay, please note it. You will prove this problem in this manner, and you have to prove that this composition will give identity. If this composition is giving identity, it means either A of B is the inverse of this part, or this is the inverse of this part. So in that, if I success to prove that this composition gives identity, then I can say that A of B, yeah, inverse of A of B is this. So I will take this composition. Here we have started from here, A of B on B inverse of A inverse. These are the some results, and these are the operation of inverse on an element which gives identity. These are very clear, we have understood in our previous lectures. Now here we will apply associativity. These two elements B and B inverse will be associated with each other. So I am writing these in this order. Please remember that student can't change the order of these elements. The order of their appearance will be always fixed. Here B of B inverse, we know that one is the inverse of another, so it gives identity. So you will write here identity, and this identity now will be operate on this A inverse. So A of A inverse, it is clear that here we are applying this identity E on A inverse. So we will get A of A inverse, which is clearly mentioned in our next slide. So and the A of A inverse, this is equal to identity. So here we have proven that the product of these two compositions, A of B and B of A, B inverse of A inverse, this is equal to identity. It means we can say that this, the inverse of this part is this, or the inverse of this part is this. So I can say that the inverse of A of B to the power this is equal to B inverse of A inverse. B inverse of A inverse. Yes, this was the result which I have written in previous slide. Now we will prove that this composition is also true from right hand side. Now we are operating this A of B from right. So you will associate this A inverse with A. So you will get here identity. If you operate this identity with B, then you will get B. If you operate this B on B inverse, so we can say that the left hand composition and right hand composition both are true and equal to E identity. Hence we can say that the inverse of this part is this, because the output is identity. So it can be written as in this manner. This is the inverse of A of B. So inverse of A of B, this is statement wise declaration and this is a mathematical declaration. This is mathematical statement and this is a sentence. So inverse of A of B, this is equal to B inverse of A inverse. In our next class we will see some more theorems based on group. Thank you.